everybody, welcome back, hoodies. Welcome back to the Hood Table one more again. It's your girl Tanya with another The Hood Table podcast. So come on in, please like and share the video and subscribe to the channel, of course. If you're already not subscribed, please and thank you very kindly. Now, we are going to be covering, as far as this R. Kelly trial, a little bit from Friday and a little bit from today of what we have learned from thus far in the R. Kelly trial. Now, as we all know, R. Kelly, aka the Monster, as some people refer to him as, is facing a multitude of charges from sex trafficking to forced labor, racketeering, sexual exploitation of children, and kidnapping. And R. Kelly's former tour manager, Demetrius, when he started his testimony Friday, he has stated that he believes that what R. Kelly was doing with Aaliyah was wrong, and he was back on the stand today. Now, again, he had actually tried to get out of testifying against his former boss by pleading the fifth last week, but unfortunately, another judge had already ordered him to testify with the promise of immunity in this case. So, on last Friday, Smith had told the court how once upon a time, Kelly secretly relayed to him that Aaliyah was pregnant with his child. At that time, though, Smith, like others might say in a similar situation, said, "How do you know she's really pregnant?" And when he said that in court, I could imagine that he was just looking out for his boss. Smith was probably thinking his boss was possibly being conned by Aaliyah, as if Aaliyah might be lying to continue being with R. Kelly, but that's just my opinion. Today in court, Smith went into more details of R. Kelly's relationship with Aaliyah, testifying that he knew Kelly and Aaliyah's 1994 marriage was wrong, but like everyone else in Kelly's circle, Smith was very loyal, very protective of R. Kelly. Smith at first didn't want to believe that anything was going on with the two. They were more than friends from the very beginning, Smith stated, which began right after the singer met the young teenager. "I just thought they were too playful," he said. Smith is not the only one who has stated that whatever R. Kelly wanted was done or provided to him, regardless if someone felt as if it was wrong or immoral. It seems when it comes to Kells, the personal beliefs of his staff, his circle, or their feelings needed to be harbored against him, especially if they wanted to keep their job or stay inside of the circle, which is exactly what Smith did. In order to stay inside of Kelly's circle, he did what he could to protect his boss from possibly going to jail. Smith, according to him, Smith explained in court how he was able to get Aaliyah a fake ID since she was too young to get married. Smith took a chance on finding someone at the Public Aid Welfare Office that might make Aaliyah a fake welfare ID in exchange for $500. He basically walked in there, approached the clerk with, "Hey, want to make some money?" And of course, it's always one person willing to risk or lose their job for some money. They found a clerk who accepted the offer and made them an ID. After that, R. Kelly and Aaliyah followed behind Smith in a separate car, headed to a city clerk's office where Kelly and Aaliyah got a marriage license. Soon after, the two had a private wedding ceremony at a Sheraton hotel near the airport. Again, the star was 27 and Aaliyah was only 15. The Cook County Clerk marriage application, certification, and license showed that the couple tied the knot on August 31st, 1994, in the city of Rosemont, Illinois. A few years later, in February of 1996, Aaliyah's parents did have her illegal marriage to R. Kelly annulled. But even to this day in court, Smith is still trying to do right by his former boss. Even after being promised by the court's immunity to testify, Smith repeatedly said how uncomfortable it was for him to testify against Kelly, especially being that Aaliyah herself nor her family was there in Aaliyah's defense. Now, moving on to the herpes situation. And before I start that, you guys, if you want to put some comments below in the comment section to let me know exactly how you feel about the court trial so far, please do. And again, like and share the video for me, please, and thank you. Now, back to this herpes situation. Last week, we heard from a professor at Northwestern University and Kelly's former primary care doctor, Dr. Chris McGrath. Now, Dr. Chris McGrath was Kelly's doctor of 25 years. He testified last week how he had prescribed the musician medication to treat symptoms of genital herpes as early as 2007, but that he first became or found out as early as 2000 that the singer possibly might have had the disease. But after his visit in 2007, McGrath directed that Kelly tell his sexual partners about the possible diagnosis. McGrath, who also socializes with Kelly, said he prescribed the singer herpes medication so often that he actually memorized the phone number of the pharmacy. Also last week, Geronda Pace, who started having sex with Kelly when she was 16 years old, testified that Kelly gave her herpes. She mentioned that during their entire relationship, he never wore condoms, even while knowing that he had the sexually transmitted disease. And then in court today, we hear from a Jane Doe number 5 who very angrily and furiously told the court how she had contacted herpes from Kelly. In 2015, Jane Doe number 5, after one of R. Kelly's Orlando concerts, met Kelly at a hotel when she was 17 years old and in high school. However, just like other accusers, she had told Kelly that she was 18. But had she known before being intimate with him that he had the STD, I wonder if things might have turned out differently for her. But that's neither here nor there, because during their first encounter, she claims he peer pressured her into letting him perform oral sex on her. Following that first encounter, Jane Doe number 5 routinely met up with Kelly at different concerts across the country. Sometime later in their relationship, every time they had sex, she claims to experience a lot of pain. The pain would be in her pelvic and lower abdomen area, even making it hard or difficult for her to walk. The pain eventually became so severe that Kelly had to make her an appointment to see a doctor, which was when Jane Doe number 5 realized that she had contracted herpes from the singer. Jane Doe number 5 angrily expressed to the court that this man purposely gave me something he knew he had that he could have controlled. And just like Pace's experience, Jane Doe was also kept isolated and confined from others, like in hotels or at Kelly's studio. Although the studio didn't have any facilities, Jane Doe number 5 was not permitted to leave to even use the restrooms, as we have heard that R. Kelly used to do to a lot of his girls. Now, we have heard actually time and time again how strict and abusive Kelly was to all his women and underage girls. So it's not hard to believe that when Jane Doe number 5 had to use the facilities, she had to urinate in big cups from a gas station, or that she had to wear baggy clothes and couldn't make any moves without his permission, or how he would always record them having sex. But as far as personal hygiene, R. Kelly did at least make sure she had tissue paper and baby wipes to clean herself up afterwards. Jane Doe number 5 ended up spending the rest of her summer before her senior year of high school in Chicago, being confined to hotels or to Kelly's studio. But in this case, as many people believe happened with more of Kelly's underage girls, the parents had full knowledge of what was going on. In fact, after consulting with Kelly's attorneys and her parents, Jane Doe number 5 moved in with the singer. Jane Doe number 5 got permission from her parents to be homeschooled while living with R. Kelly. But I wonder if they ever knew about him being abusive towards their daughter during the 5 years that she spent living with him. Jane Doe number 5 recounted in court today how at the end of that first summer, when she finally got courage to admit to Kelly that she was underage, the singer responded with an open handed slap to her face, right in the middle of eating hot dogs in Lincoln Park. He then stood up laughing and walked away from her. But him, knowing that he could be in trouble once again, later returned to find her at the park, convincing her to go back with him. She claims that he gave me a kiss and said we would figure it all out. Mm-hmm. Mm. Please let me know what y'all think about the trial so far, anything that you might have heard about the trial, and anything you might have heard about the different accusers or the witnesses like his staff. Please make sure you also like and share the video and subscribe to the Hood Table if you're not already subscribed, please, and thank you. And also do not forget to follow us on all our social media networks. We have so many platforms. TikTok, we have Snapchat, Facebook, IG, Twitter, and don't forget, we have our own personal website, thehoodtable.com, where you can sign up for our monthly newsletters. And also, you can become a member over there on the website, just like you can become a member here on YouTube. Okay, you guys. And on that note, make sure you stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and never forget to always keep it hood. Bye.